Game. Do you want to get jacked? I can keep going. All right, let's get serious. All right, so today we're going to discuss this whole fad, this idea of body game and getting jacked. And what it's like to do so as a skinny person. You see, my experience of being a skinny person is that there's going to be, especially if you play sports, like a football, or if you just fall into social media's or society's expectations in certain aspects, Hollywood movies, things of that nature. There's pressure to get big. That in order to be muscular, in order to be aesthetic, you gotta get bigger. You gotta get jacked. When that's not the case. See, as a skinny person, you're already at a slight advantage more than likely, because you have the ability to function and be more agile, be able to move and groove. That's why you'll see a lot of lean people master calisthenics. You'll see a lot of lean people be able to jump and move quickly in certain directions, left and right, back and forth. That's why you see a lot of lean people play positions like receiver and cornerback, and return kicks in football, at least, or in soccer, to have quick feet. I believe that if you do have an athletic bone in your body as a skinny person, you're at an advantage. So you should utilize that to your advantage. Prioritize function over just trying to lift a bunch of weights and get bulkier. Now, if there's a purpose behind it, if you do play a sport like football, I can see why you might want to get a little bit bigger, because it'll help you be more powerful in competition. But without competition, if you're not a power lifter, if you're not competing against anybody else, and you are just genetically smaller or leaner, you're an ectomorph. Focus and prioritize function, whether that is calisthenics, whether it is building your speed and agility and vertical jumping skills up. Focus on that. Now, in the dynamics of body game and getting jacked, the aesthetics are cool. As a skinny person, it's going to be a lot easier for you to get a six-pack. It's going to be easier for you to build definition in certain muscles, because you're more than likely at a lower body fat percentage. Now, there is this thing called skinny fat, and I'll get into that in another video. But all you have to really do, you don't have to weigh 200 pounds. You don't have to put on a bunch of muscle. You don't got to bulk up necessarily. If you want to, that is your decision. And that's just another element of work, another dynamic of work that you got to put in. But it isn't necessary in order to have a nice aesthetic physique. And also, as a skinny person, it doesn't even, you'll still, if you have a good aesthetic, whether skinny or big, but even as a skinny person, you're still going to be respected. People are still going to be able to tell that you work out, because especially certain shirts you wear or tank tops, your muscles, especially if you've been developing your triceps, your biceps, your shoulders, chest, abs, all of that is going to pop out. It's going to pop out and show niggas. And you will still be complimented. You'll still be respected, because when you work out, when you take care of yourself, people can tell. It don't matter if you're 230. It don't matter if you're 150. I'm 180 or 175, give or take. But some people still sit here and tell me, call me a skinny person. But that's usually on social media and stuff. In person, nobody steps to me like that. They're like, "Oh, you in shape. You kind of big." It's because I took time to develop my muscles, so people can tell. and I have a low body fat percentage. Focus. So when you do focus on the function and you prioritize mastering the techniques of compound lifts, what are the 5 compound lifts? Squats, pull-ups, overhead press, lunges, and push-ups or bench press. When you focus on mastering those compound lifts and you focus on the function and the technique of those exercises, the aesthetics will be a byproduct. The aesthetics will come naturally. And then over time, you'll develop a nice physique, especially if you take care of yourself, if you learn how to intermittent fast, or if you learn how to eat quality foods as opposed to garbage. The results will show itself. Don't worry about getting bigger. Worry about functioning and being able to move and groove, because we only get one body for these 100 years or 80 or 70 or however long we're on this planet. And trust me, the more mature you get, the more you're just going to want to be able to function. You're just going to be trying to function. Anyway, another part of body game, another part of getting jacked. The main focus is the internal dynamic. You don't want to just have great body game so you look the part. You don't want to just get jacked so you look the part. You want to get jacked internally. You want to have body game. You want to have mental game. You want to have the emotional and mental connection. You want to have a strong internal reality, so your confidence is on point. So your social skills are on point. So your emotional control is on point. I suggest looking into stoicism if you haven't already. I suggest going into spirituality if you haven't already. Whatever that means for you, life is subjective. But it doesn't matter how good you look. It doesn't matter how jacked you get or how much body game that you have. If you're not right internally, none of that stuff matters. You're just a showcase. All show, no go, and you ain't gonna be able to get no hoe. If that's what you're trying to do. That's just the point of the matter is the internal reality, the internal game, mastering yourself internally, facing your traumas, doing the shadow work, going deep within in constructing your thoughts is what's going to get you to the next level. See, if you have the same repetitive type of thoughts day in and day out, where you're thinking too much about the past, where you're thinking too negatively, and you're not more optimistic, if you're not more progressive in your thinking on a day-by-day basis, you're just going through the same cycle over and over again, you're going to stay stagnant. The key is to move forward. We want to evolve, even if it's just 1% every day. 1%, if you get better 1% every single day, for 365 days a year, by the end of that year, you're going to be 365% better. So just focus on gradually enhancing your thoughts on a day-by-day basis. Try to switch it up. Try to think of if you notice a pattern in your thinking on a day-by-day basis, try to catch that and then switch it up. Try to alter it, different thoughts, different dynamics in the way of your thoughts and your emotions. Try to think differently. Switch it up a little bit. Shake things up. You know what I'm saying? That's how we change our reality. That's how we quantum jump, as they say, into a new experience, into a new paradigm. That's what we're trying to go after this day and age, man. That's how you really get jacked. That's how you really get body game, is you change the person you are internally to get closer to the highest version of yourself. That is the key. That is how you open the door to success. That's how you open the door to your ideal reality. That's the name of the game right there, baby. That's what we got to do. So, something to think about. That's all I got for you today. I appreciate y'all. Feel free to comment. Do whatever you want with this information. Hopefully it helps you evolve, because that's what we're here for, baby. We're here to evolve. Let's get it.